I'm just really upset, disturbed by all of it, disturbed by what I saw. And I want to clear something up real quick because one of the wrestlers is getting like threats, death threats. You know, his name is KT King. He's the one who actually called the cops.
Imagine this, a packed wrestling event, cameras rolling, fans cheering, a simple staged gimmick. A fake can smashed on the head is supposed to spark laughter. Instead, it sparks chaos. Within seconds, a man is lying unconscious in the ring, pummeled relentlessly by the son of MMA legend Rampage Jackson. The footage has gone viral, the fighting world is in shock, and now the burning question is this: is Rampage's son facing prison time for what some are calling attempted murder in the ring? Today, we're breaking down exactly what happened, why the MMA and wrestling communities are furious, and how Rampage Jackson himself is defending his son in one of the ugliest scandals combat sports has seen in years.
You know, it's hard for me to talk about it, but you know, I'm just keeping 100. You know, I feel bad about what happened to Psycho Stu. I don't condone what my son did at all. Very, very unfortunate.
What was supposed to be a lighthearted skit quickly spiraled into a nightmare. Raja Jackson, son of former UFC champion Quinton Rampage Jackson, was at a pro wrestling event, live streaming for fans. During the show, another wrestler jokingly smashed a fake can over his head. This is a common gimmick in wrestling. Designed for entertainment, think of it like the classic fake glass bottle smash, harmless, over the top, and scripted. But Raja didn't laugh it off, he snapped. Later that night, when he entered the ring, he was meant to take part in another staged routine. Instead, he went completely off script. Raja body slammed the wrestler with such force that he knocked him out cold. What followed shocked the entire audience.
MMA fighter Raja Jackson is reportedly being investigated by the LAPD after appearing to beat his opponent unconscious during a live-streamed wrestling match. Video shows Jackson being accosted by other fighters during the event at KnockX Pro Academy in Sun Valley Saturday night.
He mounted the unconscious wrestler and unleashed a barrage of brutal punches directly to his jaw. The crowd was stunned. The footage spread online like wildfire, and what looked like a simple act of pro wrestling showmanship suddenly turned into a violent assault played out on a global stage. The video didn't just circulate, it exploded. Within hours, fans, fighters, and analysts across the world were weighing in. Some argued this was a heat-of-the-moment mistake, but most saw something far darker. Many called it an attempted murder caught on tape. One MMA commentator said bluntly,
"Psycho Stu?
What, you don't know me?
Hell no." Yeah.
Hey, I think that's a little. Oh, you don't know it?
"This isn't a mistake. This is a man taking vengeance." The guy is unconscious and Raja just keeps going. This isn't sport. This is a crime. The fighting community demanded answers. What drove Raja to do this? And what consequences should follow? Perhaps the most scathing response came from the popular analyst known as MMA Guru, who didn't mince words. Raja Jackson should go to jail for 30 to 40 years. This was blatant attempted murder. You are a dumb animal that does not belong in society. You forfeited that right the moment you did this. Harsh. Yes. But this sentiment reflects how much anger this incident has stirred. For many fans, it wasn't just the violence. It was the fact that Raja continued the attack even when his opponent was clearly unconscious. That detail has convinced many that this wasn't just a bad decision, but an unforgivable act of rage.
According to his brother, who posted on social media that he is stable but receiving critical care. Meantime, LAPD is involved in this case, and the venue where this all happened said this is reprehensible and never should have occurred.
To understand the outrage, you need to understand the culture of wrestling. Selling pretending to be hurt is a cornerstone of the performance. When someone hits you with a fake object, you play along. It's theater. Everyone knows it's scripted. Everyone's in on the act. But Raja? He didn't sell. He retaliated. The wrestler who hit him with the can assumed Raja was in on the joke. He even asked him, "You gonna sell it? Are we gonna make a bid out of this?" Instead, Raja took it as a personal insult. And hours later, he turned that insult into a real act of violence. That's why the community is so divided. In pro wrestling, breaking character is one thing, but breaking another man's jaw when he's defenseless, That crosses a line that fans and professionals alike believe cannot be excused.
I'm saying, like, I felt like he was led into that. You know, the person I'm really mad at is the worker that brought him. You know, to me, I feel you're responsible for if I bring a guest into somebody's house and that guest starts jumping on the couch and breaking windows, it's my job to remove that guest.
Of course, all eyes turned to Raja's father, Rampage Jackson. The MMA legend finally broke his silence, releasing a carefully worded statement. Rampage insisted his son was provoked, that the initial smash wasn't agreed upon, and that Raja thought payback in the ring was part of the show. He also revealed Raja had suffered a concussion in sparring just days earlier, and claimed his son wasn't in the right state of mind to handle what happened. Rampage said, "I want to clear up the misinformation about my son Raja. He was unexpectedly hit in the side of the head by another wrestler. Raja was told he could get his payback in the ring. This was a work gone wrong. I don't condone my son's actions, but I want people to understand the context."
I was there, things went down, but you know what I'm saying, I wasn't there. I'm a father, so you know, I gotta have my son's back, but I'm gonna let justice, you know, play out, take its course.
But here's the problem. The community isn't buying it. For critics, Rampage's defense sounds less like an explanation and more like damage control. The footage speaks for itself, they argue, and no concussion, no misunderstanding, no work gone wrong justifies pummeling an unconscious man. So what happens next? Many believe Raja will be arrested. Analysts have openly said, "Get a lawyer. The police are absolutely coming." And it's true, the video evidence is damning. But legally, the situation is complicated. If the victim wrestler, Stuart Psycho Stu Smith, tells police it was all part of the show, Raja may avoid charges. But if he states that it was unscripted, unwanted, and an assault, then prosecutors will have everything they need to move forward.
Jackson's father, former UFC champ Rampage Jackson, apologized on social media on behalf of his son and said he was, quote, very upset about the incident. TMZ reports the other fighter regained consciousness and is recovering.
Right now, that decision lies in Smith's hands. Will he protect Raja by calling it just wrestling, or will he demand justice and push for charges? This incident has sent shockwaves beyond Raja and Rampage. Wrestling promotions are distancing themselves, fans are demanding bans, and MMA outlets are questioning Raja's future in combat sports altogether. Because here's the reality, once you cross the line from performance into real violence, trust is broken. Promoters, audiences, and fellow athletes may never want to share a stage with you again. It's not just about possible prison time. Raja's reputation, and by extension, Rampage's legacy, is hanging by a thread. Behind the headlines, there's also a personal tragedy here. Rampage Jackson is visibly torn. He's a father trying to protect his son, but he's also a fighter who understands how serious this looks. Fans have even dug up an eerie old quote from Rampage himself, where he once joked that instead of saving for his son's college tuition, maybe he should save for his bail money. At the time, it was just dark humor. Now, it feels like prophecy. So, where does the fighting world stand? MMA analysts, mostly united in outrage, calling the act inexcusable. Pro wrestling fans, furious, demanding accountability. Casual viewers, shocked at the brutality, convinced Raja crossed a line. The common theme, almost no one thinks this was just part of the show. For many, this is one of the ugliest incidents combat sports entertainment has ever seen. The consequences are still unfolding. If police press charges, Raja could face prison time, and possibly years away from combat sports. Even if he avoids jail, his reputation is badly damaged. Wrestling promotions may never book him again. MMA organizations may not want the risk of association. And as for Rampage, he's left in the impossible position of defending his son while knowing the world has already judged him guilty in the court of public opinion. All of this over a fake can. So now the question goes to you. Do you think Raja Jackson deserves prison time for what happened in that ring? Or was this an overreaction that spiraled out of control in the heat of the moment? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear what the fight community really thinks. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss the latest updates on the biggest stories shaking up the world of combat sports. This is Octagon Insider. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next round.